for the finals of GP Liverpool. Welcome to the feature match area here at GP Liverpool, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Riley Knight, joined by Raphael Levy from the Pro Tour Hall of Fame. Good evening, Raf, and we have a showstopper here tonight.
The Mexican national team facing on the Spanish All-Star team.
Yep, the Mexican National World Magic Cup team has made the trip across the Atlantic, of course, for next week's World Magic Cup. You'll be able to see them battling there, but right now, you're going to see them battling on your screen. Daniel Becerra, Marcelino Freeman, and Dagoberto Silva. We're going to kick things off with Death Shadow, I should say, against Is It Phoenix here. Is it Phoenix?
Not a matchup we've seen too much this weekend.
Very true. Very true.
We've seen Grixis Shadow. We've seen Is It Phoenix, but not against each other.
And here, now coming to a thrilling conclusion here in the final of this Grand Prix. As you can see on the other tables, double KCI, one on either side of the screen, and Humans deck facing off against one of them, and Boggles against the other. I'm sure we'll get the chance to check in with them a bit later on, but right now it's a Thoughtseize, revealing a decent enough opener from Carlos Morale.
Yeah, I think you take the Faceless Looting.
Yeah.
It's probably the card that gives the most advantage once played.
I think so. I mean,
Thudscour also could work.
It's a good card, but I think just the raw selection of Faithless Looting, in addition to just, drawing a Phoenix and discarding it on turn one, very powerful.
Yeah. I think it might be close between Thudscour and Faceless Looting, because the looting, actually, you lose a card when you play the lootings, and you don't when you play Thudscour. So,
all right, okay. Well, that's the choice here that Becerra makes. Certainly can get behind that one.
Yeah.
As we move now to Carlos Morale, who's going to go hunting with his Flooded Strand and finds a Steam Fence.
I see that. If you play the Thudscour, since he doesn't have a Phoenix in hand, if you play the Thudscour and the Phoenix is in the top two, then it's going to be milled anyway.
It doesn't matter.
Same thing with the Faceless Looting.
Yep.
So Thudscour is probably a good choice here.
Whereas if a Phoenix were in the hand,
then the looting would
be the better choice, because Morale could then put it in the bin. In any case,
although he would have had the opportunity to play it from the graveyard with the flashback,
the Faithless Looting, for sure. All right, well,
that would be later, but
it
doesn't have any.
In any case, we move on now to Carlos Morale, second turn. We'll see what he's up to here. Spy Bluff Canal and ships the turn. He's just not wanting to cast his Faithless Looting.
Yeah, I think he waits for opportunity to actually discard a Phoenix.
Okay, all right.
He doesn't have one. He has other plays. I could see why it's not. He doesn't have to do it right away.
Becerra here, down to 16 already.
Also, he wants to be able to cast 3 spells in the same turn. Man, Faceless Looting is one of them. One
of the best ways to do that, yes, indeed. Here's the Serum Visions now from the Mexican. And let's see what he's up to with this Scry. Didn't get a good look at those two cards, Raf, but I wonder what he's looking for here. Does he want pressure? Does he want disruption?
I haven't seen his hand, so...
No, we haven't got a good look at it. Well, both of those cards are going below decks regardless.
I think disruption is not too efficient against Is It Phoenix? Yeah. Because it's playing from the top of the library with Opt, with Thudscour, with Looting.
Especially black interaction, right?
And even if you if they discard your lootings, it's not actually that bad.
I think white-based removal spells like Path to Exile would be much more effective here, whereas black destroy target creature type spells aren't going to have as much of an effect against recursive creatures like Arclight Phoenix. Here's an Opt now in response to this Thoughtseize, I should say. And I'll seize those thoughts rather than scour them here. And Morale, in the process of considering what he wants to do with the top card of his library here, scrying with this Opt. Becerra doing a good job of going to town on his own life total here, which of course is the name of the game when you're playing Death Shadow, Raf.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, he's at 14 life. He's soon on at the Death Shadow.
Within range of casting.
Range of Death Shadow.
Yep. Let's have a look. Double Manamorphose, Gut Shot, and that Faithless Looting that we've heard so much about still in hand, in addition to a Scalding Tarn. What's the pick here? Just take the looting?
Oh, Manamorphose? Well, looting, yeah.
Fairly low value picks here with this Thoughtseize here.
If you manage to strip every single spell from your opponent's hand, then Disruption is great.
Yeah. Yep, you can just keep them off whatever they're trying to do here.
I think he has two Inquisitions in hand, so then that would be pretty good. Like
Manamorpho's the pick here with the wow, my goodness me, it's Thoughtseize. Third time is not the charm here, as we see now Mishra's Bauble played. And let's have a look at the top card of your library, says Becerra, and he's going to draw a card in the next upkeep. So, what's in hand here for Becerra? Snapcaster Mage, I saw, and you see Double Inquisition?
Yeah, a play that could have been done as well. Like, had he played the Mishra's Bubble first,
okay,
and to play right after the opt.
Yeah.
So then he would have had extra information about the card to take.
We should take. Well, it doesn't matter in any case because there's a big shuffle going on here with this Scalding Tarn.
No, it would have been because he would have seen the card.
Oh, he's the first card,
yeah,
of course.
First card.
It's already drawn.
Even before the opt.
Yeah, excuse me.
Like, had he kept the card and decided to scry on top, that would have been a card he would have drawn.
Yeah. But now, it's back to Carlos Morale, who, after having found an island, is going to cast a Serum Visions with it. Draws a Thought Scour and scries 2. He's definitely looking for some action. He wants a Phoenix, he wants a Thing in the Ice, he wants a J, something like that.
He wants to find a Phoenix, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Or more than one.
I mean, against Becerra's hand, as we know it, a Jace Vryn's Prodigy would be bonkers here. He doesn't have an answer to it, as far as we've seen. Flip it next turn. Start gaining further and further value with the little Planeswalker.
He needs to find a Phoenix.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because then it's going to be hard for Danielle to navigate with his life total.
Okay.
Like, Death Shadow is great when you know you're not dead next turn. Like, you can go down in life. Did he find one?
I think he's found something here, yes, indeed. After scrying to the top, he cast a Manamorphose, and that's going to reveal now. Well, not going to reveal. He draws then a Thing in the Ice and plays it immediately.
Yeah.
So found a little bit of action.
So it's hard to navigate with Death Shadow and your life totals when you don't know how much your opponent can deal at instant speed.
Yeah, straight away.
Or like with haste.
Yeah.
So
without a chance you have a turn cycle to respond. I understand, yeah. Thing in the Ice online for ice counters. We'll get up the hair dryers now and see if we can melt this icy boy, see what's inside. Inquisition of Kozilek continues to tear apart the hand of Carlos Morale. That Faithless Looting. I've never seen a Faithless Looting stay in someone's hand for so long. Usually you fire it off straight away, but Morale is looking to pick his moment. He's not going to get a chance to do it for 1 mana, although he can flash it back.
So now he chooses the looting. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Like the first turn he takes the Scour, and now he leaves the... It's interesting. Because nothing really has changed since turn 1. That would be the same decision.
I guess so. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure what is going through Daniel Becerra's mind. I know it's going through Marcelino Freeman's mind right now. He's going, bloody hell. Picked up a game. Can't believe my luck. Winning game number 1 with Boggles over Sergio Garcia's KCI. So what's up next on the menu now for Becerra? With 1 mana available, we haven't had a good look at his hand. A lot of lands, though. And that's a Snapcaster Mage hiding out the back in a couple of black cards. Collective Brutality? No, surely not.
Just a couple, just a few. Is it fishy?
We got to fish. It's time to head down to teach young Jack Marston how to fish here.
Just a couple words about game number 2. Freeman against Garcia.
Yeah.
Do you remember what's in Boggles' sideboard?
There's not a Back to Nature, surely.
Oh, there are a couple of Back to Natures.
No.
But
Destroy All Enchantments?
No. Oh, not Back to... No. Nature's Claim.
Nature's Claim.
No, but there's a lot more to it.
Yeah, what is it?
Study Silence.
Ooh.
Rest in Peace.
Yeah.
And he's facing KCI.
Yeah. It's looking pretty good for Marcelino Freeman.
So, yeah, this is...
Pretty good.
It's a good sideboard, let's say.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good indeed. And, of course, his game 1 he wasn't emburdened by those ley lines, which, of course, are in the board here for Marcelino Freeman. A great choice for him, I think, this weekend. And you can see Carlos Morel getting ready to move that thing in the ice into the graveyard. He anticipates a removal spell. Let's see if Freeman has one here. Ooh, and Dagoberto Silva picking up a game win as well with his KCI list. Things looking very good for the Mexican team now. Here's a Death Shadow as a 4/4, and that's going to be followed up by, yes, here it is. It's a real big one. Real big fish.
And now the thought score is looking really much better than Faceless Looting in hand.
Yeah, why's that?
Because now he has the access to 3 spells.
Okay. Because now he can get closer to flipping that.
Like one of the spells could be a bolt. It doesn't have to be only cantrips.
Here's an opt.
Yep.
Down to 2. Are we going to see the mighty Awoken Horror this turn?
Yeah, the last one is a gut shot, so
just one more spell needed here for Carlos Morel to flip that thing. He found a Serum Visions. All right.
No, he forgot to trigger the first one.
No.
How many counters do you have?
He had 4.
It's 4?
He had 4. Yeah, he had 4. So this turn he has cast a Thought Scour, and then an Opt, and now a Serum Visions, and he's still got that Gut Shot in hand.
Gut Shot's looking good.
Yeah, Gut Shot looking very good. I think it's actually a great card. Doing one free damage. It's great, man.
It's
Noble
not free.
Hierarch, Thalia. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
It kills a lot. It kills a lot in the modern format, man. A lot of spirits. Take him down with that. You know, the Selfless Spirits, the Rattle Chains, the Mausoleum Wanderers. And here's a Gut Shot. That one might be going upstairs, I think. That's very aggressive, and I love to see it.
Yeah, get into 1.
Yeah. And going to attack you now with this 7/8. And as you say, Raph, put you to 1. Another Gut Shot would seal the deal here.
And it's going to be a big Death Shadow.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, going to come down as a 12-12.
But you know, it's not... If Daniel has a Stubborn Denial, this game is not over.
No.
If he can protect himself from their damage, well, he does have a bigger creature on the board.
Yes, indeed. There's 12-12 ready to rumble. Let's see what Morale can do about it. He's got a Faithless Looting. Oh, and a Lightning Bolt. All right. Lightning Bolt should be enough here. Let's see if he just fires it off. Yes, indeed. Not pulling his punches. Upstairs it goes, and that is enough. Daniel Becerra goes down in game number 1. Carlos Morel putting his team on the board here, Raph, after Marcelino Freeman and Dagoberto Silva both picked up game 1s on their side of things. You can see there now all of the players at the moment on Shuffle Cam. But as soon as there is more magic to show you, my friends, we will be ducking down quickly to show you. Excited to see how things pan out at the WMC this weekend, or next weekend, I should say, Raph. I'll be pulling hard for the Aussie boys, led by our fearless leader, David Mines. David Minesy Mines, as he's known.
David yours?
He's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's my hero. And hopefully they do us proud. The fellas over there. We'll see how we go. But I've got the backup options of Scotland and Germany as well in my 2 and 3. What's your trifecta looking like for the World Magic Cup?
I'm sorry?
Who are you going for in the World Magic Cup this weekend?
Team France.
Team France?
Yeah.
Yep. A team that you have personally led to victory in the past.
Yeah, well, that was another...
Many years ago.
Another century ago.
First time we met.
Oh, yeah.
That was the first time we ever met. Yeah. You got a second or a third team, or just France all the way?
No, France all the way.
France all the way.
Yeah. And South Africa.
South Africa, yes, yeah.
Too,
Monica, your wife is South African, so that I'm sure the boys you get around the Sappers there. All right.
I played with the South African champion in Lyon in the team GP.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool. Here we go now back to our match between Marcelino Freeman and Sergio Garcia. We saw the Boggles player getting it done in game number 1, of course, very, very quickly indeed, dispatched his opponent. And things only getting better, Raph, you mentioned after sideboard.
Yeah, with 3 Rest in Peace and 3 Stony Silence, these are the cards you actually want to have against KCI. Stony Silence is a huge beating because it allows you to shut down Engineer's Explosives and all the mana producers.
Let's see if either one of these powerful white sideboard cards can be brought to bear here as Freeman heads to his second turn. You'd think it'd just be a slam dunk. I mean, this Engineered Explosives on 1 is a nice little piece of interaction. Engineered Explosives generally is very good against Boggles.
It's usually pretty good,
It's usually pretty good, man. But as it is, if Freeman can just slam one of these, one of these hateful enchantments into play.
First, Story Silence first would be best.
Yes.
And then Rest in Peace. And 1/1 all the way.
Yep, just get in there. 19 turn clock, buddy. Taste it. Well, I guess the Engineered Explosives can deal with things before that happens, but all the same.
Yeah, I think. Oh,
a Gaddock Teague is also a great choice here. Turns off.
Gaddock Teague's pretty good.
Yeah. Ironworks can't be played here.
Oh well.
But with the
Spellbomb
immediate Spellbomb, the Kithkin Advisor hits the bin.
I think I've seen the elephant on the Stunning Silence in Marcelino's hand.
Oh, the elephant
I see
in the
Rest
room.
in Peace.
Yes.
Yeah, no, there's an elephant.
There's an elephant?
On the Stony Silence? Yeah, I think so.
Is there?
I think so.
You think the art of Stony Silence shows an elephant?
To me, it looks like an elephant.
No, it's a big demon, dude. It's like a big gargoyle.
I always thought it was
a winged elephant. Well, this elephant has gone to the graveyard here.
It looks. Oh yeah. Well,
I mean, it's got tusks. It's got tusks and horns, but I've never seen an elephant with claws and wings.
I don't know. Every time I see this card, I see an elephant. I don't know.
No. All right. Look.
Well, I guess it's a strange look. It's a demon-looking elephant.
I imagine this is a painful memory for you, realizing that you're wrong about it being an elephant. So let me just say to you, let moss grow over gargoyles, Raph.
Right. So I think it's saying that. I think wasn't it the Beatles?
The Beatles came up with that quote. Yes.
Yeah.
Let moss grow over gargoyles. That classic track from 1968. Here's a Terrarian now.
So most of the sideboard cards are not doing that much yet.
No.
Gaddock Teague.
Answered.
Three off in the sideboard.
Yep. But answered immediately by that Spellbomb.
Stony Silenced.
Get that out of here.
Calmed. No, what is it? No, claimed. Claimed
by nature.
By nature, yes.
Clommed.
The elephant was claimed by nature.
Yes.
Now let's see what happens to Rest in Peace, because I've seen a Rest in Peace too.
Let's see if this one can rest in peace as well. Garcia has had the answers so far to the heat that Freeman has been applying. But hey, Glade Cover Scout, getting it done.
But in the meantime, Sergio is not... Well, he's answering the threats, but he's not developing his game plan.
He's not pushing his agenda forward here. Dryad Arbor joins the fray after having been fetched out by that windswept Heath. Back to Freeman now. And I think he's got triple Horizon Canopy in hand. That's a rough one. There's at least two. Maybe a third as well in hand here for him.
Rest in peace.
And here's Rest in Peace. Requiescat in pace. And yes, indeed, Ezio's blade strikes true. And there are no more graveyards anymore.
I think it becomes just a control deck. Boggles becomes the control deck.
Green-white control.
You have the best impression of a Gaze of Sancraft in the form of a Glade
Cover Scout.
Glade Cover Scout.
Yep. Yeah. And then just plays all the controlling cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love this vertical land arrangement as well from Marcelino Freeman. He's on a whole nother level. Cycles away that Horizon Canopy here. That hits the bin. Is a little flooded, but I guess if you're flooded, Horizon Canopy is where you want to be. He's a Spider Umbra now on the Glade Cover Scout. That's an awkward one in the face of that Engineered Explosives, but he's got to turn up the heat a little bit here.
Yeah, taking for 2.
Just like the Beetle said. Turn up the heat.
No, taking for 3 now.
Get in there with the Dryad Arbor as well. And the Dryad Arbor is going to be a warm body even after that Engineered Explosive gets popped. Here's Nico Wellspring. Let's see what the next move is now for Sergio Garcia. Just plays a Grove and ships. Horizon Canopy cycled away as well. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Green-white control on the left-hand side of your screen. Cycling through lands.
Who needs Teferi?
Yeah.
Don't need Teferi. You just
need
like
overrated cards.
Swan on X-Proof. That's all you need.
Much better. In for 3 now. And what will prompt Garcia to decide that the time is right to blow up the world here, Michael Bay style, with his engineered explosives.
Maybe when he gets rid of the rest in peace, so he can draw a card of the Terrarian.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I know. Well, he's not. Since he doesn't really have a plan yet.
No, I mean, he's not under a huge amount of pressure as it is now. He's
Well,
under a little bit of pressure. Some pressure, exactly. A medium amount of pressure. Here's another play now for Freeman. He's going to put a Spirit Link on his Glade Cover Scout. Not the most important card in this matchup. I'm surprised to see that it's still in. No, I'm not at all. Sai,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Rancor does the same kind of thing as Spirit Link.
Not a Spirit Link. No, a Spirit Mantle.
Spirit Mantle. Excuse me, Spirit Mantle.
Well, not really, because they can really go off with Sai.
I guess if they put 1,000 1/1s in front of it, it's gonna die regardless, even with first. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think it's that necessary. I'd be cutting it. It's kind of clunky. But look, Marcelino Freeman's the one in the finals of a GP. And I'm just sitting here flapping gums. So what's going on here, Raph? Explain it to us.
I think what happened was I don't know when he. I think the idea is when he played the Verge. Because the Dread Harbor was attacking. So maybe I don't remember exactly.
He might have forgotten that he had 3 lands already, in which case the fast lane comes into play. Tapped. Yeah, of course. Yep. Wow, that Dryad Arbor, just a walking, talking lightning rod for rules infractions. Yeah, but
the explosive would probably just take care of the Spider Umbra, right?
No, it also destroys the. Or does it not? Because the explosive destroys the Umbra and the Glade Cover Scout.
Yes.
I don't know. The Scout lives.
That's what's one of the reasons why he's not blowing up.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's actually pretty good then. All right. Yeah. Level 5 Judge Rashad. Sorry, level 6, isn't it? Level 6 Judge Rashad Miller weighing in our headsets here to let us know exactly how it goes. And here is Scrap Trawler coming across now for 3, knocking Marcelino Freeman down to 14.
Yeah, his hand is nothing. They can't do nothing against this.
And that Dryad Arbor.
He can go off, and he can't deal with the Scout.
Getting busy now with the Dryad Arbor and the Glade Cover Scout. And you can see the animations in effect here with those auras.
Yeah.
The blinding light.
Glowing.
Yeah. Do apologize for the glare on those cards. Very difficult to reposition lights that are about 10 meters above us. We're doing our best, however, as Garcia ships back to Freeman now.
Yeah, he's on 4. He's
in trouble.
Yeah, he can't kill the Scout, and if Marcelino gives it +1/+1,
that's it.
It's game over.
It's game over. All over Red Rover. Marcelino Freeman looking to win 2 on the trot here and take out this game in straight sets and put his team in a great position to take out this entire tournament. Let's see how he goes here. This turn could be decisive. Garcia just hasn't really been able to put anything together, even after having dealt with the Gaddock Teague and a Stony Silence.
Yeah. Rest in peace, this third one.
Yeah. Third time was the charm here.
That's how much you need. Just 3 huge sideboard cards.
Yeah.
To shut down KCI.
Overload those answers here. So, in comes this lethal attacker.
No, it's 3/3.
It's just a 3/3. Oh, it didn't attack with the.
No.
Didn't attack
well, it
with
can be blocked by
the Scrap Trawler, of course.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, he can give it -1/-1 with the explosives.
So Garcia thinking about doing just that here, Raph, with his engineered explosives in hand. I saw a KCI and a Galvanic Blast. Does that change anything?
No. It does not.
Okay. Thank you for the prompt and concise
You're welcome.
answer.
Well, it can't target only the player or the forest. The creature forest. The
Very
Dryad
true.
forest.
Well, actually.
Yeah.
He could also target himself.
Or the Scrap Trawler.
And the Scrap Trawler. Actually.
Well, not much.
If you want to be that guy. Here's a slippery Bogle.
So now he needs a Nature's Claim.
All right. Finds a Yavimaya Coast instead. Is that any good, Raf?
No, that doesn't do anything.
Once again. Once again.
Oh, look at this guy.
Look at this old fellow. I was very interested to read the art description of this card, but we are going to see now the win in straight sets for Marcelino Freeman with his Boggles list. Slippery Bogle making a brief appearance before the game is wrapped up. So great stuff there for Freeman, putting his team in a great spot as they head into game number 2 between Silva and Sanchez.
And I don't see any failure, any stony silence, or anything on the right side of the table. And the game is looking pretty good for the Mexicans.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of flyers, and there's a lot of things on the table.
3 Oko Wellsprings.
And not much on the right side. Oh, but he's on 3.
Yep.
So we're just catching up with the action here.
Here's a Reflector Mage now to bounce the Psy.
Okay, no.
And now Thali's Lieutenant. Okay.
Never mind.
He's just zagged on us. He's just zagged on us here.
All right. That's.
So 3 big attacks now.
Maybe it's not looking that good then.
A forced block, of course, on both the Meddling Mage and the Champion of the Parish. That Noble Hierarch attacking for 2. So Silva has to line up some blocks here. He's in a tight spot all of a sudden.
I would say KCI for the win. He has 3 or 4 draws to find one. Or to find an Ancient Steerings, to find the Ironworks.
If he can find the Ironworks, it's going to be he's going to be in a decent spot. Takes 2, goes down to 1. It's now or never, as the Beatles said, for Dagoberto Silva to get across the line. Got to find a KCI.
And the Meddling Mage called Explosives and not KCI, so that's
leaving the door open. Can he find what he needs? One time. This is a great opportunity to use that one time. There's a great opportunity for it because it's going to win you a GP if it works out. Dagoberto Silva can propel his team across the line if he can go off this turn with his KCI combo deck. Can he do it? Chromatic Sphere hits the bin. Draw a card.
And the camera is just positioned so we can't see what he draws.
Yes, we can remove that card viewer to get ourselves a better look at the hand of Dagoberto Silva here.
Ah, here we go.
In hand.
Explosives.
Engineered Explosives. Psymaster Thopterus. Neither of those cards can be cast. And a Scrap Trawler, which is going to be a great one if the KCI emerges.
So it's only 1 more draw?
1 mana floating now for a Chromatic Star. Off the top, 1 time. It's a Buried Ruin. And will that bury and ruin Dagoberto Silva's hopes of winning this game?
I think it does.
Is there anything else he can do?
That was looking so good.
It was.
When we arrived at the table.
So, Buried Ruin. Casts a Scrap Trawler. Has 1 mana left over, of course, from the Chromatic Star, the Chromatic Sphere beforehand.
Oh, so this is going to be the deciding match.
But the Noble Hierarch... Oh, no, sorry, it's not. It's now a Knight of Autumn.
In the meantime, Carlos Morales won his match.
Oh, look at that. Quick as winking on the top of the table there. Daniel Becerra going down in straight sets as well. So now it all comes down to KCI and Humans. Peak 2018 Modern here to round out our year. These 2 decks burst onto the scene within the last sort of, 12 to 18 months. And now we're going to see things come to fruition. Oh, and look at this. Dagoberto Silva, the Lone Ranger.
Yeah, they don't want to see that. No, they're on the other side.
Oh, they're on the other side.
It's just Neil in the middle, and he's just taking the spot.
Yep. Yeah. All right, so the other guy's on the other side. So he's not been left quite to his own devices.
Now, we've seen him play the deck during the rounds, and I have to say, I have nothing to say about it. He was perfect. Perfect play.
Nothing to say or nothing bad to say?
Nothing else to say that it was perfect.
Yes.
So I don't think he needs his teammates to...
they could go and get a head start on finding some fish and chips for dinner or something like that. Yep.
A good fish and chips. If they win.
There's no other type. Oh, you mean gourmet fish and chips? Go to the finest fish and chip shop.
Finest, yeah.
Yes, go and find a 40-pound piece of flake to eat. Yes, indeed. Let's have a look at the sideboards here for these two players while they're repositioning themselves for game number 3. We can kick things off here with Ricardo Sanchez. What are we looking at in the sideboard of his humans list here, Raf?
We are looking at 2 Gadoktiks.
Good start.
Campbell.
Great addition as well.
Knight of Autumn.
Okay, also very good, as we saw it do some work just now.
And I think that's about it. Maybe another Bugler.
Bugler. Another bugler.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Pop on the balaclava and start to rob some homes with the militia
burglar.
bugler.
I like burglar.
I like the burglar as well.
Yeah,
militia burglar. Is that a burglar from a militia, or is that a burglar
I think
that
it's a group.
steals
It's a
militia?
group of burglars.
Oh, so a militia of buglers.
Yeah, a
A
burglars.
bugler militia,
Yeah.
if you will.
Yeah.
And they just go around robbing people blind in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got the stripy, the shirt with the stripe, the vertical stripes, horizontal stripes, and the big Hessian bag that has the word loot written on it. Yeah.
That's exactly what they are.
Domino masks and all that sort of stuff. I love to hear that. Well, I don't think it's going to have a great impact on this match. Certainly not as much as Gadok Teague or Knight of Autumn will. But we can have a look at what's going on for Dagoberto Silva here. Now, he is, of course, very fortunate to have 3 copies of engineered explosives in the main, which does a lot of work in this matchup. But that's going to be joined probably by a copy of Fire Spout.
Mm-hmm.
Seems pretty good. 4 copies of Galvanic Blast also seem very good as well. And some additional copies of Psi Master Thopterus. That's the one I want to talk to you about here. Psi is a great engine, regardless of whether you're comboing off or not. Is this the sort of card you want to include in this matchup?
I don't think making a lot of chum blockers is going to help your game plan. I mean, you're already cutting a lot of your combo to bring in Galvanic Blast, Fire Spout.
Mm-hmm.
So, and most of the cards you take out are artifacts. So you're going to be stuck with Psi and not a lot of artifacts to... if you draw too many copies of Psi, might be just...
It's pretty bad.
And Psi as a blocker is not great either.
No, I mean, he holds off a fair bit of the early game. If he comes out on turn 3, he can save 6 life or so, but
on turn 3, the humans are big already, and it's a soft target to Reflector Mage. I don't know if they keep the Reflector Mages.
Oh, I'd be surprised.
Yeah,
right.
If they do,
I mean, he did actually in game 2 here.
Yeah, so it's a soft target for Reflector Mage.
Yeah. All right.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what happened. He bounced it, and he couldn't play it again.
Yeah, it was just
disaster. Imagine if he plays it on turn 3, get Reflector Maged,
attack for 10.
And then you have one more in hand.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a disaster.
That's the point at which you start uninstalling Magic. Oh dear. Well, we'll see how things go now between these two players. It all essentially all comes down to this. We've just got one game of one match of one set here to go. And you can see the players seem to be in good spirits down there in the feature match area. Smiles all around as we edge ever closer now to crowning a trio of GP champions. The Mexican team done a great job of doing so well, of course. As we said, they'll be featured at the WMC World Magic Cup in 1 week, coming your way from, where is it? Bilbao? No. Barcelona.
Yeah.
So be sure to tune in for all the coverage of that event in 1 week's time. But right now, the decider in the finals of GP Liverpool is upon us.
Hometown of Joel Calafel in the back.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Winner of GP Barcelona.
On home soil.
2008, I think. 8 or 9.
Where do you keep all this information? Is it locked away in your brain?
No, he played Swans.
Oh, goodness. It's insane that you remember all this. Then again, I probably could recite every lyric from the first Spice Girls album, and that came out when I was 6, so that's what I'm using my gigabytes on. Anyway, Dagoberto Silva, Ricardo Sanchez, having a look at their opening hands here. I can't get a good look at what's going on in either of them here, but we'll see if they're satisfied with them. Looks like Ricardo Sanchez is going to go down to 6. Dagoberto Silva happy with his 7. So bad news for the humans player. How badly do mulligans affect 5-color humans?
It does affect them a lot.
Yeah.
And they can catch up if there's a very impactful human in their hand, like Thalia, Gadok Teague, and the KCI. does not have KCI player does not have an answer.
Mm-hmm.
Like a meddling mage or Thalia on turn 2 would be great.
Is bonkers. Yeah.
It's better than 2 cards.
Yeah.
I would trade 2 bad cards for Thalia.
So if you
in
could
my
have a 6 that had a guaranteed Thalia in it,
And lands.
and the lands to cast it, above a 7.
I would consider it.
You consider it?
Yeah. In game 1, yes, I would take it. In game 1, I would take it.
What about
Game 2, less, because they have Galvanic Blast and more spell bombs. And
what about Cavern of Souls, Ancient Ziggurat, Gaddock Teeg, Thalia as a 4?
I would prefer to draw 3 more cards.
You prefer a 7? All right. Well, here's 6 of the best now for Ricardo Sanchez. Let's have a look. Horizon Canopy.
Adam Odden, Ancient Ziggurat.
Gaddock Teeg. That's a good one. Thalia's Lieutenant and Meddling Mage.
That's pretty good.
That's a keeper. We got a keeper here.
Yeah.
100%. 1,000%. 10,000%. Let's get busy here. And Sanchez scries 1. Let's see what he thinks of the top card of his library. Stays on top, and we are off to the races. Going to kick things off now. Grove of the Burn Willows. No turn 1 play for Silver. No Ancient Stirrings or anything else like that. Oh,
and a Thalia as well.
And a Champion Page and a Thalia, actual factual Thalia.
Yeah. What's the second land he has?
Was the Cavern?
Cavern. If that's a Cavern, he can't cast a Gaddock Teeg. No, that's
Horizon
Canopy. So
Horizon Canopy. So everything's it's all good.
So that's a pretty good hand.
Yeah, pretty good hand. Geez, tell you what. Got all of those. I mean, we were talking about how good Gaddock Teeg and how good Thalia is.
Yeah,
and
he's
just casually ripped them
yeah.
both. Easy. Here is another Ancient Ziggurat now. And what's the play here for Ricardo Sanchez? After the Galvanic
Thalia?
Blast there, dealt with the champion of the parish.
Thalia or Gaddock?
Got to be Thalia, right? No, it's Meddling Mage. He's foxed us again.
In the dark. Well, what'd you call here?
I mean,
Galvanic Blast?
Engineered Explosives, maybe?
There's so many things that...
I mean, there are a lot of good cards. Here's Psymaster Thopterus. That stayed in post-board, at least 1 copy. And a Mox Opal is immediately going to bolster it. That's a great play
That's
here.
a great play, yes, because now there's no pressure whatsoever on the human side.
Yeah. And Psy is a nice way to ameliorate the damage done by cards like Thalia. And a Galvanic Blast is the call.
Galvanic.
I can't... Oh, yeah, what is it? It could be anything else.
It could be Galvanic Arc.
It could be Galvanic... Wait for the... Arc? No, I just know a lot of my... Galvanic Alchemist.
Oh, yeah. Of Galvanic Key.
I just knew that. Stop looking at my screen. I mean, stop looking at the knowledge that I have without looking at the...
Gaddock Teeg. So Gaddock Teeg deals with explosives. So now there's only 1 piece of removal that takes care of these creatures?
Fire Spout.
Fire Spout?
Fire Spout. I guess there's also the Pirate Spellbomb.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Aether Vial also joins the fray. And now, Psy creates another little Blockerino with that Terrarian.
Yeah, because now he can't play...
Has Ricardo Sanchez gained a life somehow? Shouldn't he be on 19 after that Horizon Canopy was taken?
No, there's Grove of the Burn Willows.
Ah, he's gained a life from that, of course. Yeah, excuse me.
Yeah, these creatures are going to be annoying.
Yeah,
they
man.
protect each other, and Fire Spout up the top would be probably the most back-breaking card.
It'd be pretty brutal, especially as it wouldn't kill all of the Thopters as well.
All right, yeah.
That's
That's only
hot.
the non-flyer.
Yeah, non-flyers. That's super hot.
Oh, look at this.
I love it.
Look
Go
at
and get
this.
some lunch. Get in there with a Thopter. Get you for 1. Taste it, Ricardo Sanchez. And now, an Aether Vial. Getting a counter. And here, again, if Silver can find that Fire Spout, it's going to be very good for him. Well, let's see what Sanchez can do. He's not finished yet. He's not finished just yet.
The game just started. It's hard to see what could happen.
little late for this Thalia to have too much of an impact. Although, did you see that? A Galvanic Blast in the hand of Dagoberto Silva.
Is that a... Is that an Ironworks?
Crackline Ironworks also blanked by Gaddock T.
Is that what he has in hand?
Oh, no.
No attacks?
Now we're going to see Sai activated to draw some cards here.
2 cards?
One from the Sai and one from the Terrarian. Scrap Trawler off the top there.
Scrap Trawler is great here because it doesn't cost 1 more mana.
Yeah. Yep. Not subject to the Thalia tax. Is it Talia or Thalia?
I think it's Thalia.
Talia, Guardian of Traben. So generates just the casual 4 power here and 3 toughness, thanks to Sai continuing to churn out his little mechanical butterflies.
Yeah, next land is gonna enable Dagoberto to activate his sphere and find a Pirate Spellbomb.
All right, it's looking good here for Silva
to kill Gaddock Teague and then eventually kill the Meddling Mage. And Ricardo has only 2 cards, and he's not putting any pressure.
Don't you kill the Meddling Mage first and then use the Galvanic Blast?
Oh yeah, the other way around. Yeah, because you need.
Because he's got the blast.
Yeah, the other way around.
That's assuming that Meddling Mage is naming Galvanic Blast and not Galvanic Juggernaut or Sidri Galvanic Genius. Probably not naming that. I don't think it's even legal in Modern. So next up.
So he did bring the size.
Is the second one in hand?
Yeah.
Oh, no. All right. Well, there we go.
Proving me wrong all the way.
Yeah, I mean, making us both look like baboons here, Raph, because we talked about how good Gaddock Teague was going to be in the matchup, but right now Silver is looking to be in a good spot to run rings around his opponent. And now, even with the Scrap Trawler, getting back the Mox Opal thanks to the Chromatic Sphere, firing on all cylinders, gain a life.
And these Thopters are doing all the work.
Just getting it done.
Yeah.
Getting it done. There's another Crackline Ironworks off the top, but an Ancient Stirrings is a nice one here. Mox Opal, of course, costs 1, makes a little Thopterino.
Is he going to play the Ancient Stirrings to try to find a Spellbomb?
Pirate Spellbomb. Man, the biggest dagger, though, is going to be Ancient Stirrings, and the top card is Fire Spout. That's going to suck so much. All right, let's have a look at the top 5 here. He's hoping for no Fire Spout.
Mere Retriever.
Grove, Star, and a Dark Steel Citadel.
Retriever is pretty good here.
Yeah, Mere Retriever is very good indeed, B1.
It's another cheap artifact that makes a token.
And it does indeed do exactly that, Raph, as we see it. Of course, it dodges the Thalia attacks as well. And now, in with the clowns. I think only 2 of them were actually non-summoning sick. No? All right. All 3 of them getting in?
It was Mox.
Mirror
Mox
Retriever.
was paid, Ancient Stirrings, and Mirror Retriever.
Yep. All right. So in they come across for 3, but Sanchez has a response in the form of Thalia's Lieutenant. Now that might end up being a little bit of a problem here.
Oh, yeah, because now
it's Fire Spout or Bust.
Not Bust, because, well, there's still Flyers.
Oh, sure, but in terms of getting rid of those creatures, I mean. Now there's nothing else to remove those creatures.
Well, but he doesn't really care about the Meddling Mage anymore. He can he can just kill Gaddock Teague, play
the Blast for 4.
Yeah. No, just kill Gaddock Teague with a Spellbomb and then play Ironworks and just go off. He doesn't
need the Meddling Mage dead anymore, right?
Doesn't matter. Like the Meddling Mage was there to protect Gaddock Teague.
Yeah.
But
I mean, is Thalia an issue?
Not really.
Really? Even going off with KCI, isn't it?
But then he's going to make so many tokens.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it
is an issue, but it's not
the end of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Especially with the Mirror Retriever and the Scrap Trawler.
And he's on 21, so
this is looking very good for Dagoberto here, actually. Things are going to have to go very, very wrong for him here.
I mean, Ricardo can still find a Burglar a burglar,
A burglar?
a burglar,
A hamburglar?
a burglar, and chain some more meddling mages,
Yeah.
and that would be a problem.
Yeah, but even then.
Yeah, Thalia can deal 4. It's fine.
All right, get in there. Knock Silver down to 17.
Yeah, an
He's
18.
gained
With
a life thanks to, of course, the Inventor's Fair there. And here's 3 mana now. What's this? A Knight of Autumn on the Scrap Trawler here.
it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Your Retriever is gonna find it again.
Yes, of course. And it's going to bring back a Terrarian as well. So all is not lost. But Knight of Autumn still a nice one. He's riding bareback on a horse made of wooden tentacles. Don't like the sound of that.
Of nettles.
Yeah, doesn't look very comfy, to be honest.
Well, she's kind of part plant as well, so it's not
As
like
a dryad, yeah, she's probably into it actually. She probably doesn't mind it too much. The
she's probably
little spiky tendrils there.
merged with the mount too. So
yeah, you think this is like a
it's
like a golem horse for her?
Yeah.
All right. A deep dive with Ralph Levy here.
The dryad is probably just the horse and the actual.
Yes. Yeah, it's like a double centaur here.
Yeah.
Here's Terrarian. Makes a little Thopter again.
It's gonna take a little time, but it seems that he might get there.
Yeah.
It feels like it. Then it depends if Ricardo draws another lieutenant or burglar. Maybe that's gonna change the math a little bit.
Stick to that those cards that he needs. Another meddling mage, something like that here. For Silver, however, he can attack in the air for 5, and one of the key weaknesses of the Humans deck is its lack of an aerial defense force, Raf, and we're seeing that pronounced weakness exploited very, very effectively here by Dagoberto Silva. He's got a lot of blank cards in hand. He's got a Sai, which doesn't do anything if cast. He's got a Galvanic Blast, which he can't cast, and another one off the top, and a KCI, which also... And another... Oh my goodness, he's got the worst hand in the history of Magic. He has 4 or 5 pieces of blank cardboard in his hand.
So his plan is not to go for KCI now, because he sacrifices Citadel. His plan is not to go infinite. His plan is just to attack in the air.
How unlucky can one man be? He has 6 cards in hand, 2 KCI, 2 Sai, and 2 Galvanic Blast, none of which he can do anything about.
Imagine if Ricardo plays a Reflector Mage on the Sai.
Oh, no.
Then he gets like 9 cards he can't play.
Oh, that's horrific. What a nightmare world for Dagobert. But he's still winning.
He has 2 turns.
Yeah.
Like he needs 2 attack steps. And...
Wow.
Mantis Rider could be a blocker.
Yeah. Hold off some of the Thopters here.
Mantis Rider could actually give Ricardo, if that's the card he drew now, that could give him another turn. But as of now, he has 2 turns. He's on a 2-turn clock.
Yep.
Does he have... Can he... The problem is that he can't attack with the Gadok Teague. No, just Gadok Teague.
Here's another meddling mage, however, from Ricardo Sanchez. Does that change anything here? I mean, it doesn't matter. He can name... maybe with the card he names will be the next one that Dagoberto Silva draws. He'll be the actual unluckiest man on the face of the earth. He's going to name...
Scrap Trawler.
Scrap Trawler. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in and watch Dagoberto Silva draw a Scrap Trawler from the top of his library.
This is actually a super close game now. Ricardo drew a lot of good cards in a row, but this is super close.
It's and the theater of this moment is quite astonishing as well. Scrap Trawler, you see the name here, lining up potential blocks for a big attack on a relatively comfortable 18. Silva can't sort of be one-shotted out of things just yet. But string together some more Thalia's Lieutenants, maybe a Mantis Rider or so. Maybe the maths will change here.
Yeah, I don't know if he can deal 18 in 2 turns. he would need a lieutenant or a mantis rider.
Yeah.
Or, even better, a bugler.
A bogler. Is it a bogler now?
A boggle.
A bongo player. He needs a militia burger. On sale now for $2.99. Fries and a drink. Jeez, I'm hungry. I'd love a burger right now, I'll tell you that much. Been a long day in the office. Here we come with the big attack now from Ricardo Sanchez. The lieutenant's getting busy alongside Meddling Mage. A quick conversation now for Silver with his teammates.
Yeah, the meddling mage is 4/4, so he cannot possibly block to kill it. That would be the best thing he could do.
Oop.
Kill the meddling mage, but he cannot.
Looks like there's a triple block at least under discussion here. But the Mere Retriever as a 1/2, as Dagoberto Silva carefully peruses the cards in hand, all of which do a stone cold nothing, as we've discussed.
Yeah, killing the attacker is probably the way to go here, and make sure you don't die next turn, because you have enough ways to put a 2-turn clock. With the 5 Thopters, the 5 tap Thopters is pretty much the win condition. Everything else is going to be to survive.
Everything else is just to dig those fingernails into this precipice and try to stay alive, as we say.
As the worst thing that can happen next turn is for Ricardo to draw either Mantis Rider or Reflector Mage to deal with one of the Thopters. And he still has 5 Thopters, so it's going to be 5 damage, going to be on 4. If the Mantis Rider or Reflective Mage deals with one of the Thopters, it's still 4 Thopters coming in, so it would be 9 damage. So everything else is going to be there to block.
Looks like we're going to go to Chump City here with a couple of these creatures. Mere Retriever and that Thopter being thrown under the proverbial bus here, while the Thalia's Lieutenant, if things stay this way, will bounce off of that Psy.
So how much damage would that be? That would be 4 damage.
Just
no,
4?
6 damage. 6 damage.
6?
Yep. Because the
Knight is also attacking.
Is also
the sneaky Knight at the back there.
Don't you want to block with Psy?
Block the 2-1 with Psy.
Yeah. No, the 2-1.
Hang on. Maybe Silver doesn't realize that that's also attacking, because it's on a different... Oh, man, that's unfortunate.
I think it's attacking. No, he was considering blocking it as well.
He knows that it's there?
Or maybe he forgot.
Yeah, that's rough, because that's an easy block, right? You're saving the same amount of damage.
Yeah, and next turn... Yeah.
Man, that's a tough spot.
Yeah, why isn't he blocking the...
All right, so sacrifice. Get back a Terrarian here. Of course, Scrap Trawler, not a great card to get back. I mean, he could again go for the bad luck equity and get back a Scrap Trawler just to make his hand look even worse than it already is. Draws an Ancient Stirrings.
Doesn't do much, yeah. So why don't he block the Knight?
Yeah, I think that's just a slight misstep there from Dagoberto Silva.
He's going to gain 1. He's going to gain 1 now. Is it going to matter?
Yeah, it takes 1.
Yeah, what? Because now he's going to have 2 extra attackers next turn.
Yep. Yeah, of course, because that Knight is still around. Ooh. Let's hope that isn't too costly a mistake here. Here is a Darksteel Citadel. Plays the land for the turn. Does get another Thopter thanks to this Chromatic Sphere that's about to be played. May be able to cycle that into something else as well. And that's going to be critical because he needs as many blockers as possible.
Yeah, 12, that's still a lot of attackers.
All right. Jeez, it's a close one. It is a close one tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Off the top of Yavimaya Coast. Ugh. And now, Dagoberto Silva can either pay 1 life to cast this Ancient Stirrings, or he can give his opponent 1 life.
No, he can use the Chromox.
No,
the Mox Opal.
Nope. He's gone after the Yavimaya Coast here. Cast this Ancient Stirrings. Takes another Sphere.
What do you mean no?
He didn't do it.
Oh yeah, but he could have.
I know, but he didn't, is what I was saying.
All right.
Yeah, it's odd, but that was the
No. He used the mana he had in pool, the green mana. So
okay,
he didn't lose life.
Ah, right. So
I
that
was
was
like,
just so that was just one. He was using the colorless ability of Yavimaya there. Oops. Yes, of course he still had one floating from the sphere.
Is it 12 damage? That would be 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that would only be 10 with an extra lieutenant.
Yeah.
Because the lieutenant would not pump the Dryad or the Gadok Teague.
Mm.
So lieutenant would not.
Man,
it's looking good for the Mexicans.
Coming down, right down to the wire here. So close. But how do things change if Sanchez has another lieutenant or something like a Mantis Rider?
Like, the Mantis Rider would... I don't think it would matter. I think it would be close, but it wouldn't matter. Let's see. That would be... Oh, Mantis Rider could make the difference. He would have 3 blockers. That would be 11 damage with the Mantis Rider.
All right.
Yeah.
Not enough. In they come.
Mantis Rider puts him down to
5 damage
1.
In the air. A handful of nothing here for Dagoberto Silva. His hand has been locked down.
Human and Mantis Rider would win. Because he has a...
Oh, if he has a human in hand.
Yeah, a human for 1.
All right.
No, and he has a Horizon Canopy.
Oh, right. Yep. Okay. All right. He's got an extra draw. Oh, he's look at this. The big Yam Wing Chun squeeze. What has he found? A Cavern of Souls. That's not what he needs. Cycle away this Horizon Canopy one time off the top. Can he find what he needs here? It is Gadok T, Cavern of Souls, and just like the Beatles say, all he does is win, no matter what. Congratulations to Daniel Becerra, Marcelino Freeman, and Dagoberto Silva, the champions of GP Liverpool. What a tournament we've had, Raf. Team Unified Modern has put the format through its paces, and at the end of the day, Humans versus KCI, a great way to round out Modern for 2018. Two of the biggest... for the 5-color humans list here, Raf.
Yeah, I thought it would be maybe a little too artifact less.
Yeah.
But then it proved me wrong.
Ultimately, too powerful there. The Mexican team doing very, very well. Just a little warm-up, just doing the stretches, getting ready for the World Magic Cup next week, and they'll be fighting fit, ready to go, ready to rumble, and down in Barcelona in 1 week's time.
Yeah, go warm-up trophy.
Yep,
a little more warm-up trophy.
A little warm-up trophy. Well done indeed to them, and of course, commiserations to our runners-up, who also did a fantastic job of staying right in it until the final whistle blew. But that is the way that it goes tonight. Been a lot of thrills and spills this weekend. There's been highs and lows. We've had ups and downs, smiles and frowns. There's been laughs, there's been tears, Raf. But perhaps some of the highlights for you this weekend, for you to share with the viewers before we sign off for the evening?
Is it Phoenix? A deck that we hadn't seen much of before, that emerged from this tournament.
Certainly did.
The return of KCI. Mm-hmm. What return? It was never really gone.
Just not really played online, but underrepresented for sure.
Yeah, and there was the finals of the GP Atlanta as well. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So not really gone, but the return as a dominant deck.
As a main force in
Modern.
Modern.
As a main force in Modern.
Mm-hmm.
Dredge, a little fading away a little bit.
Yeah. Didn't have a good week, but I think people were very well and truly prepared for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, you slice it, however, it's been a fantastic weekend. We are going to get one of our winners here. The winning team are assembling. All three of us are coming, but Marcelino Freeman will be joining us here. Rafael Levy, thank you so much for your companionship and support throughout the weekend. It's been fantastic. But you're going to jump out of the booth now, and we're going to be joined by our champions here from GP Liverpool. See you later, Raf, mate. And now, my friends, it's my great pleasure to welcome to the booth here one of the champions here. It is, of course, Marcelino Freeman. Congratulations to you, my friend. Whack that on your noggin just here, and we will have a chat about your weekend. First of all,
great. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Nice little warm-up for you and the rest of the Mexican team for this week's WMC.
Yeah, that's the main idea, like see how we're working together and well, we could make it. So it's a nice preparation for the World Cup next week.
Even though you won't be playing Modern next week at the WMC, did you do a lot of preparation for this event? What are your thoughts on the format generally?
I think the format is very open. It's really widely open, and you can play pretty much anything. But it depends on what you're expecting. For example, I'm playing Boggles because Tron has been going down. He's been playing the Shadow since 5 years ago. And Dagoberto, we just talked. The preparation was mainly, okay, let's pick a deck. Let's learn how to master that deck. And we can go from there and start playing, know how the sideboard goes, how the main matches are going. Give it a shot and try our best.
So just like lock it in early.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we locked in like 3 weeks ago, something like that. And because Modern, I think it's very skill rewarding. You know how to play your deck against the rest of the field.
It rewards mastery.
Yeah, it rewards the mastery,
Yeah,
exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, we have. He also lost the finals of the RPTQ last week.
I know.
So that was. But well, now he doesn't need
No,
it.
you don't even need it. Easy game. Well done. There we go.
Easy tongue. So that was the main point.
Let's quickly pivot now to the WMC here, because of course that's coming up. Huge event, I imagine, for you and the team here. What has your preparation been like? How are you feeling in terms of confidence? What's going through your head at the moment when it comes next week?
For the next week, we also pretty much did the same thing. Each of us play like one archetype. Usually, for example, in national championship, they played some certain archetype. I played another one. So it was like, okay, some weeks ago, let's wait for the PT. Let's see the results. We have each one of us these choices. Let's master it and
just lock it in.
And just lock it in.
Well, very good. I like that a lot. That's very good. A lot of preparation and no last minute sort of, oh, should we do this? Should we do that?
Yeah, it's at the end, it's usually like you are playing this strategy and playing that. You're playing that. You just have to master that.
All right. Well,
and it is rewarding.
Listen, congratulations to all three of you. Well done. Felicidades or something like that, I'm sure. I'm not exactly sure. My Spanish is muy bueno, as you can tell. But anyway, my friends, that is just about that. I'll get you to stick around for just a second as we close out the show, my friends, because on behalf of the EU GP coverage team, I'd like to offer a very heartfelt and warm thank you to everyone around the world for choosing to hang out with us for this weekend. It's been our pleasure to bring you live coverage of this event. Thank you as well to all of the tournament organisers, the judges and the staff that have contributed to the success of this event, and of course, on a personal note, to the rest of the team that I'm so privileged to work with every time we have one of these events. My name's Riley Knight. On behalf of the EU coverage team, I'd like to remind you that, of course, at the end of the day, we're all winners for having taken part. And on behalf of team coverage, we will see you next week in Barcelona for the World Magic Cup. Until then, this is Riley Knight in Liverpool saying good night.